from Southwest Alabama, and one of the highlights of growing up for me was going and working in the summers with my aunts and uncles who had farms. But a boy who lived growing up in the city, getting out was always a treat for me, and those were really, really special times, and I felt like I was a more rounded person for doing that. Worked my way through college. My dad had a construction business. When he came down ill for a period of time, my mom did all the financials for the business, and I got to go out and make sure that people showed up and got the work done. I went on to do something different and worked in my junior, senior year. Did a bank teller job and worked for a law firm as a runner. And then through one of my fraternity brothers who worked at IBM, who was graduating, it was one of those where the job was sequencing through the fraternity I was in. I had the opportunity to interview and also the opportunity and fortune to get hired there. The hopping across different disciplines from finance and marketing and sales and production and software, in addition to all the different geographies that I had an opportunity to work in, I kind of knew ultimately what I wanted to be doing, which is what I'm doing today. We started White Oak. We started it as an independent sponsor, which means that we had to go raise all our capital each transaction. And then subsequent to that in 06, we took one of our first investments public. We invest in companies that primarily did business with the federal government. And within that, we made a conscious decision to focus on companies that provided secure communications, analytics, and sensors. As I thought about what we were going to do next and really forming White Oak, I realized that capital wasn't going to be enough, and we were going to have to come up with an additional theme here of not only bringing capital, but also bringing experienced management resources. Elizabeth and I have been very blessed in our lives. We've tried to focus on giving back to young people and trying to help them better themselves, but it's really about giving people the opportunity.
It just really warms your heart as a wife to know that your husband cares about where he's from, cares about his university. He never forgets those who've helped him, and he always pays it forward. I feel so proud for him and so excited for him that he's received this award.
The people who know me know that I'm a person that probably is the most uncomfortable with receiving recognition. My recognition over the years is seeing people who work with me or for me do well, and that's my greatest satisfaction. Having said that, obviously very honored, given all the alumni that have come through the university.